All right, guys. Lesson 45. All right, so lesson 45. Basically, all we're going to be doing here is just learning how to divide polynomials with synthetic division. It's not too hard of a concept. Biggest thing is you got to just kind of know your different things. All right, and it kind of goes through here and it kind of shows you all the different um, pieces. All right, and you just go through here and talk them through. All right, now if you look at all the different words here. We're not going to do long division. We're just going to go down here and do a synthetic. So really just need to be paying attention to example 2 right here. Biggest thing we got to know how to do is you got to be able to write these out. For example, right here on example 2, if you look right there, you'll see the negative right there. Just understand that means -1. Okay, then you drop down. Since it's x squared, there's a 4, so they put the 4 there. Now there's a term missing. You don't have an x term, so that's where they get this 0 from right here, is because again there's not an x term right here. So if there's not a term, you have to put that value, and then the last term here would be a +9. Now whenever you're dividing by synthetic, whatever this is right here, since it's -3, you're going to flip it whenever you put it for your k value, and it kind of talks about that. So just make sure you understand is all you're going to do right here is you're going to flip it right there. Okay, so if you look at all the different ways to do it, kind of goes through here and it talks about step by step. Okay, first thing you're going to do is you're going to bring the first value down. Okay, and then we multiply here, so it's 3 times -1, you get a -3. Okay, then we add these two numbers together, so 4 plus -3 gives me a 1, and then as you look right here, step 3, you do the same process over again. Okay. Now, when you're actually writing this answer out, you understand that since we are dividing, you're going to go down in your exponents. So my first thing I'm going to write now is going to be x squared. So it'll be x squared, x constant remainder. That's always the way I kind of remember it. And you just put the number with that value, and you go from there. Okay. Again, here's another example. Um, Dividing it by x plus 1, so they put a -1 there. They go through there and they work it out. Okay, so again, you can pause the video right here. We'll do number 3. We'll do number 3. All right. So again, if you look, it goes from x to the third, x squared. It goes down to x. It goes down to constant. So here, you're not going to have to worry about any fillers. So it'd be 1, -3, -7, and a 6. Okay. Again, since this is x minus 2, we're going to put a 2 right here. Bring down your first one. So I get a 1. Then it's 2 times 1, which is 2. I add these two together, so -3 plus 2 is going to give me a -1. I multiply again, that gives me a -2. Add these together, I get a -9. Multiply here, I get a -18. Add here, I get a -12. So again, since it starts with x to the third right here, you always go to the one right below it, so it'd be x squared. So I know this is my x squared, this is my x, this is my constant, this is my remainder. So how I would write this, I would go x squared minus x minus 9, and then you could do minus 12 over, and then this whatever your divisor is. In this case, it's x minus 2. Okay, and that's how easy you do it. We look at number 4. Okay, again, first thing I want to kind of look at is how my polynomial is. So it goes x third down to x down to 7. So I know right now I'm missing my x squared term. So when I do my info here, I know it's going to be 2. It's going to be a 0 because there's no x squared, and it's going to be -1. It's going to be -7. Okay, since this is a +3, this is going to be a -3. Drop down my 2. -3 times 2 is -6. Add 0, -6 is going to give me -6. Multiply here, that's going to give me +18. I add those, it's going to give me 17. Multiply here, that's going to give me -54. Actually, check that, -51. Okay, and I add these together and it gives me a negative 58. Same thing, since this is x to the third, you're going to drop it down to x squared, so it's going to be 2x squared minus 6x plus 17 minus 58 over x plus 3. All right. That's kind of how you do synthetic division. So it's not too bad. Just trying to find all of our vocab, just making sure. All right, now you can actually look at our assignment here. This says write the polynomial divisor, the dividend, and the quotient. Okay, so again, you can kind of, if you go back to your notes, if you need to kind of look at all those different things, I think it talks about it a little bit right here. The quotient is what you're going to get for the answer. Your divisor is going to be what you're dividing by. Okay, so for example, here, it's whatever your divisor is whatever you're dividing by. Okay. So my divisor would be negative 3. Okay, so I think they want to put it in the right way, so it'd be x plus 3 here. Okay, dividend would be what dividing, and then your quotient is whatever you get for your answer. So in this case, it'd be x squared minus 5x plus 6. The dividend, so it would be x to the third minus 2x squared minus 9x plus 18. Okay, and then that's how you would do those type of problems. Okay, let me just double check to make sure that's exactly how we want to do it. I could look right here. Give me a second. With the answers, just to make sure we're on the right track here. Yeah, so it'd be x plus 3, x third minus 2x squared minus 9x plus 18, and then your answer would be x squared minus 5x plus 6. Okay, so that's how you do those. Not too difficult here. Just go through there and then kind of work through those. Again, you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these problems. You have a couple of these error ones. So I'll do number 12 start off. So again, I'm just going to draw my my long L. And then again, it starts with x squared, so I'm going to start with a 4. It goes down to 13. Negative 5. Again, remember it's the opposite of whatever this is, so that's actually going to be a positive 2. So I can drop my 4 down. 2 times 4 is going to give me 8 here. So that's actually going to give me a negative 5. This gives me negative 10. Okay, this actually gives me a negative 15. Now, since we started with x squared, we know this is going to be x. So now this is going to be 4x minus 5 minus, and then you just put 15 over my original divisor, which was x minus 2. Okay, and again, just to make sure we're getting this right, just so we can check our answer here, just want to make sure we're going good. Okay, I can clear this screen. Oh, I'm giving you all the answers to that other one too. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So again, what was it? 4x minus 5 minus, I believe it was it 15 over x minus 2. And again, that's pretty simple how you do those. Okay, let's look at number, we'll drop down here and do number, number 16 right here. So again, I'm going to draw my L. It's going to have a 3, it's going to have a negative 5. Then it's going to be 0 because there's no x term, and then I'm going to put a negative 2 and dividing by 1 here. Okay, gotta flip that number. So it's 3. 1 times 3 is 3. Add those, you get a negative 2. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. I add these, still gives me negative 2. I multiply here, it gives me another negative 2. I add these, this time it's going to give me a negative 4. So again, since we're on cubed here, you start with x squared. So it's going to be 3x squared minus 2x minus 2 minus 4 over x minus 1. Okay, pretty self-explanatory right there. All right. So it talks about describe the error, what they made right here. You can go through there and just talk about what happened and see what they did wrong. Okay, I can tell you right now, they messed up on their degree. Okay, so make sure you talk about the thing where the degree is, and then it says correct the error. So really all you would have to do there is just take your degrees down and then put your 1 over your x minus 2, and you're good to go. Okay, now these are just review questions. It says find the zero of the function. Okay, so there's a couple different ways we found the zero of the function. You could factor this right here, or you could graph it and find where it crosses x equals 0. 42 is already set up. You don't even have to graph it. You just need to find the opposite. And then 43, you need to do the exact same thing. You're going to have to either factor here or graph it real quick, and you can get where x crosses where the line crosses the x-axis. Okay, again, guys, don't forget our lessons are due May 18th, so make sure we're getting that stuff turned in, guys. Again, I'm giving you guys some questions here, so and some feedback on this video. So, guys, make sure you're using them. All right, I appreciate everything, and hope to see you guys soon.